Hi, long range hunting. Welcome back to another gel test. Today we're testing out Berger's new bullet. Now, I'm known for a couple things. I'm known for match bullets for hunting, promoting that, doing it, showing what you can do, debunking myths that you can't use them, and the 6mm. Now, mainly the 6mm for proving and disproving the myth that you need a magnum in order to kill, even at long range. So I've debunked that, and I prove you can. Here's a bunch of shots on different stuff, elk, etc. So naturally, when Berger rolled out their brand new 120 heaviest for class match bullet, the new 6mm 120 grain long range hybrid target, my inbox blew up. Text messages, messages on multiple social media platforms, comments asking, are you going to test this? You know, we just had the announcement of it. And luckily, I got a good friend, Jeff, and he was able to send me some. So I was able to test them and be the first person to put these through gel. Now, I'm going to do further testing on this. I only have a handful. I do have 500 coming in from my buddy Jacoby. But as far as the terminal ballistic testing, I've got just a handful of these, so I'm going to not do a bunch of groups and stuff. I'm going to save them for further testing for long range and on hogs for hunting and coyotes. So you guys can see the actual terminal ballistics, not only in gel, but in animals. And I'll be doing full necropsies on those. Now, going into the specs of all this, this is a brand new rifle. You've seen some of it in the hunting, in clips. This is a brand new rifle I just had built, just got it broken. This is from MTE Machining out of Texas, my buddy Jeff, and it is absolutely phenomenal. Now, this is a full custom build in 6mm Creedmoor. This is a preferred barrel blanks, 26-inch barrel, competition contour, 1-in-7 twist. It's got a longer handguard than normal just because of the barrel length. It's got an adjustable gas block in it. The B5 buttstock, which I love. It's got a Night Force attacker F1. This is the 4-16 by 42mm. Vortex 4000 on top of it. The weapon mounted laser rangefinder, which is great. Silencer coast suppressor. It's got AccuTac wide body 5 on here. Magpul mags. Hyperfire trigger. I've got the American Rifle Company Embrace on here with the diving board, which is great. Now, as far as my thermal, because I'm using a lot of this at night for hogs, that's mainly what I'm doing with this. Got a big hog problem. I'm running a Hydra 650R. I am going to be doing a video soon. I did testing between the 325, the 635R, and the 650R, and I'll be having that come out, so keep an eye out for that pretty soon. But this is what I use for a thermal clip-on. Phenomenal system. I've got the tactical brass recovery brass catcher. Absolutely great. This is a phenomenal system and super, super accurate. Now, this was a high velocity close range test. I was out at my buddy's range, Justin Watts at Foul Bore Precision. Sorry, can't talk today. And there's other people on the range, so I cannot shut down the range to go down. The rest of this testing, the long range side of it and long range gel and hogs, will be down at my my personal range, so I can do whatever I want. There won't be other people to interfere, so that'll be great. I can do long range gel. But just starting off, this was a close range, which unfortunately kind of sucks. The reason I say that is I didn't plan on doing any long range filming. It was just fouling the gun because I'd cleaned it, get chronograph, shoot the test, and then I was doing another test with my buddy John. So John's there, chronographing, shooting off the tripod. You know, he's spotting, shooting a pig target, and I just shot some of these to chronograph. I shot a group at a pig target with him spotting at 580. Now we couldn't go down to actually precision measure it, but using the reticle, it's about a 1-inch group at 580 yards standing off a tripod. So these are highly consistent. Like I said though, I'm not doing any testing as far as accuracy with this. I'm simply doing testing for the terminal side, and then once I get the 500 in, I will go and do testing on that. But I mean, again, that's phenomenal consistency and accuracy. We had really good, it was 5.9 for standard deviation. ES, the extreme spread, was only 13, I believe. Yes, 13. So wonderful, nice tight group. And I didn't do any load development. No ladders, no nothing. Again, I don't have that many rounds. So I just used a guess. I just put in 37.5 grains of H4350, guessed on a seating length, and it shot phenomenal. So I'm just going to stick with that. I got the rest of these loaded up for hogs and for the long range gel test, and we'll go from there. Now let's go ahead and watch the video of the actual shot. Now you can see we had a good transfer of energy once it opened up. Now some people are going to say, oh, that took a little bit of time. It had a delayed opening. That's not a bad thing. A lot of people ask about these long noses of these bullets. With this type of bullet, that's actually not a bad thing. What I'm looking for in gel is between 2 and 5 inches for where that bullet starts to open up and really create that maximum cavity. The reason for that is you want it to go through all the bones, muscles, everything, and then once it's inside the thoracic cavity, then it opens up and causes your damage. That way it's causing the damage right where you need it and not in the meat. Now we had a muzzle velocity of 2764. The impact velocity on this test was 2751 with an impact potential energy of 2,017 foot-pounds. Now, I said I liked between 2 inches and 5 inches. This came in at 4.5 inches, where it was opening up and causing that main large cavity from hydraulic wounding. Now, that's pretty typical of Berger type bullets with these long noses. That's, again, not a bad thing. The most common shot we use for big game with these types of bullets is high shoulder shot. So behind the ribs, or in the ribs behind the shoulder, you're just having hide, some meat, ribs, and then you're into the thoracic cavity. With the shoulder shot, you have hide, the meat going into the shoulder, going through meat, hitting the ribs, and then getting into the thoracic cavity. So that little bit of delay is not a bad thing, and it's going to open up when you increase that impact resistance a little bit faster. But either way, you want it inside the thoracic cavity when it expands. Now, I'll wait to show you guys what it does at long range. Until then, I know from shooting these types of bullets what it should do, but again, I like to stick to data, so I will show you guys that. Now, the maximum width of this cavity was 2 inches, which for a 6mm bullet is pretty good. The average was 1.75 inches for the width of the cavity, and you can see that the bullet broke up very nicely. That's what these types of bullets do. They go in there, they will open up, it will shed, and all these pieces will go through like a shotgun blast. There's a lot of damage, and it ended up about right here in the next piece of gel. So we had about 13 inches total of penetration of that wound cavity. really good. That's going to make sure it dumps all that potential energy into that animal and causing maximum trauma. Now, like I said, this is what most Bergers do. I only run Bergers actually in this rifle currently. All the rest I run Hornady A-tips or ELD match. I run the 185 grain juggernauts out of this 308. Same type of thing. Killed plenty of game with it. Works phenomenal. So bullets like this do have a higher minimum impact velocity than bullets that I tend to use. I tend to use tip bullets, TMKs, ELD match, A-tips, and I like the way tipped bullets work. So they have a lower minimum impact velocity. Now these will have a minimum impact velocity of 1,600 feet per second. Now, that's still great. With this 308 here in Oklahoma, that's still over 1,000 yards. So I can basically anywhere down to that property I'm at, I'm pretty much can touch anything out there. There's going to be a few spots where I won't be able to just because I'll be hitting that limiting factor, but pretty much all my shots that I can take is going to be great. And I'm shooting some big hogs down there. You can see from these, and these were taken with this gun, but shooting either the 109 ELD match, and that's from Ally Munitions. Great guys, and great ammunition if you're not going to reload. And my reloads with the 110 A-tips. So, I mean, some of these hogs are between 250 and 350 pounds. And a great test medium, which is why I'm going to be testing these on them. A lot of people have questions about elk and stuff. These hogs are way tougher than elk. Now, what I mean by that is hogs have a leather-like hide. It is extremely hard. These hogs are coated in mud, so you have a lot of impact resistance. Then you get into the muscle tissue, the shoulder, and some people even call them armored, but that shoulder is a hard plate in it. And so not only are they really high impact resistance, but these are some big boys. So if it'll hold up to these, like the 109s, the 110 A-tips, it's going to be fine for an elk, because with these big hogs, you're getting more impact resistance, more depth of penetration as far as what it needs to get into the thoracic cavity. So if it'll hold up to that and get into the thoracic cavity and cause damage, you're going to have no issues with something like an elk, which again, you're not going to. These long noses are great for penetration, going through shoulders and stuff like that. So no worries there. Berger has a very good reputation for good terminal ballistics with certain bullets. There's certain ones I recommend and certain ones I don't. The hybrids are phenomenal though. Like I said, I'm a tipped bullet guy. However, if I do run something that is a non-tipped bullet, I'm going to run a Berger. These, if they continue to shoot like I saw in that one group, I might end up switching for this gun. Just this gun. I'll still run the 110 A-tips and stuff out of that one. So far, these have been really, really good. I'm really excited to continue to test them again. This is a short video, but this is simply just a close range, maximum impact, what you're going to see at close range on game. So close range on game, this is a dead animal all day long. Elk, deer, hogs, whatever you want. I shoot enough gel to know what it's going to look like in the animal. Again, I'm going to be testing these on hogs, and I'll be doing full necropsies. I'll be cutting them open, all that, coyotes, trying to give you guys a variety of animals that I can shoot down there in the off season. So got a lot of problems with hogs, trying to just kill as many as possible. So target rich environment with a extremely accurate gun. This thing is absolutely insane. I'm not a big gas gun guy, but this thing is stupid, and this thing outshoots most of my bolt guns. Jeff does a phenomenal job. He really knows what he's doing, to the point where this has become my new favorite rifle. It's an absolute tack driver with the 109s, the 110s, and these Bergers. But again, these Bergers were just phenomenal. So I'm looking forward to actually taking my long-range filming stuff, the spotting scope, all that, and doing further testing once I get the new bullets in. I'm going to continue to test these terminally for you guys, because again, I have been flooded with questions. So far, though, highly impressed. To the point I'm considering switching to these for this rifle. I mean, it shoots the 110 A-tips phenomenally, but these seem to shoot better. So I'll keep you guys up to date on that. I'll be running all these reloads, H4350, Alpha Brass. I'm just honestly going to stick with this load for now. I might tweak it, but right now these things are shooting lights out and should do everything I need. So thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you stay tuned for more testing on these. It's been fun to do it. Thank you again to Jeff from MTE for making this video possible, allowing me to be the first person to put these through gel. I got to give it a shout out to my buddy Logan too for hooking me up with the thermals for the video for that and to help me kill these hogs. Huge problem with them, so hey, might as well do some bullet testing, right? Everybody be safe out there. Happy hunting.
Hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and turn on notification bell so you won't miss out on any future video. And happy hunting!